Hey guys, you got Chris and Sean with Talking Through the Medias. We're doing a gaming edition today. We got some upcoming dates, release dates for some big AAA budget titles. Big tentpole games are coming out very soon. And also some big news in the computer world that relates to the consoles as well. Havok, which is basically a middleware company that develops the physics engines for, I think they've come out with something like 600 games so far, is what I understand, has been recently purchased from Intel by Microsoft. And they're going to be implementing some of this new technology and in new games like Crackdown 3, where they're using the cloud-based servers to process a lot of this destruction stuff. So for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, in video games nowadays, they have software that runs in the background that calculates physics. Basically, let's say that when you shoot a guy in Call of Duty, okay, and he kind of flies over to the side, or he gets blown up and it throws him up in the air, and it is in Call of Duty. The Havok engine is used in Call of Duty. That software calculates where the body would get thrown to and how it would react. I think the common term is ragdoll physics. But now we have obtained it directly from Intel. So Microsoft, the budget, I think they're probably going to, one way or another, push and give them a bigger operating budget. So I think that we're going to be able to start seeing some even grander things from these guys. Like I said before, I know that with Crackdown, the game is so complicated, and we've just now started to see where we get 100% environmental destruction. There's so much involved that they have to reach out and get the Microsoft Cloud servers to help calculate the math to show the on-screen destruction. It can't even be all run on a console. It has to go in the cloud. But I think this is really good that Microsoft owns these guys now, because these are the company to go to when it comes to middleware for physics software. That's a big deal. And also, we've got some upcoming big budget tentpole games. So right off the bat, and I'm not the biggest fan of this. I know people are going to give me crap about this. I was initially a fan of the Assassin's Creed stuff. I'm not really a big fan. I've kind of burned myself out on Assassin's Creed. But we have the new one, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, coming out October 23rd, release date. But in bigger news, we have Halo 5. Halo 5, 10/27/2015. And speaking of Halo 5, for those of you who are going to catch the new Fear the Walking Dead episode, we are going to be treated to the latest and greatest, newest unreleased trailer for Halo 5. So we're going to get to see some stuff that we have not seen. And in news that I am actually excited about, nothing against you other games, Black Ops 3, 11/6/2015. You know it. Chris knows it. I know it. We love it. Black Ops 3, baby. We aren't going to get no sleep that night, I guarantee you. 11/10/2015, we got Fallout 4. And I don't know, Chris, if you ever even played any of the Fallout games or not. Did you play the Fallout games?
Oh, hey guys, this is Chris Fagan.
Yeah, he's like,
Thanks for that slick.
Just keep mouth slobbering.
I was actually just gonna just stay quiet. I was enjoying it so much. I don't even need to be a part of this segment. I'm gonna start with what I found interesting first. That what you called what's known as ragdoll physics. Never heard of this term before. I've heard of the physics chip. The first time that I was introduced to that term was Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. And yes, they made a huge deal about something called the physics chip, and and you coined it right there with the ragdoll effect. And what I'm hoping is that it'd be funny, since I'm an Xbox guy, Microsoft is purchasing Havok. Does that mean now like just like when we're playing Call of Duty and everything, when every time something like you're walking by a car, it's on fire, you don't notice, it blows up, and you get thrown the hell over, against the wall, and it looks all realistic. So that means now on Microsoft, that's still going to look realistic. Does that mean now on PlayStation they're just going to fall like a brick of wood, like
let me throw something by you, Chris. You may have thought about this. You may have never thought about this. Okay, so guys, check this out. We've gotten to the point where we can do a lot of things really well with computer games. We can make things look really well. I mean, it will get better, obviously, but one of the biggest things that we're in baby steps in right now is
baby steps.
we're in the baby steps. I mean, we're still in that baby. I mean, we've come a long way, but we're still in baby steps when it comes to compared to real life is the physics in our games. And even if we boil it down to the way material reacts to things, let's say you've got a house, okay? I throw a grenade inside the house. Well, the way it's set up now is they I guess they make a bubble around whatever the pressure from the grenade is doing, and then these preset areas inside the rendered house will fall off, or the wall collapse.
Are programmed to react accordingly if they're in that zone of that bubble, like depending on where the grenade landed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to it reacting independently, say for example, we had trillions and trillions of polygons. Everything was made of substantially amount more pixels. Like if I shot, like another example, if I shot an RPG at a car in a game, it just boom, it just blows up. But if you shoot an RPG at a real car in the real world, depending on where it hits that car, it may just blow the trunk off the car. And what it physically does to the car, I can't wait till where we get to the point where things will actually react realistically. And it's never the same result, because life is like that. I mean, I just cannot wait for that. I mean, the graphics look great in games. I just can't wait for the destruction and the manipulation of things in the environment become realistic. It's still in its infancy in my mind, the way things react in video games. It's all preset checklist stuff. Like you said before, if it's in this certain zone, it's going to react, or it'll fall, it'll break. I want dot per dot reaction, and I know that takes a huge amount of system resources, which is why we just don't see that yet. I think they have supercomputers, that can calculate exactly what happens during explosions and physics manipulations and stuff. We just don't have the horsepower to do that on consoles and home PCs right now, but we will.
You heard it here, folks. Sean has just stepped into the dark side. He wants complete destruction of everything when it comes to the physics of grenades and where they land and how they affect your vehicle and your home. So that was
literally, I can't wait for it, because, I remember playing like this God, I think it was a Red Faction game, and it had a mode to where you would just use the weapons to destroy the environment. How quickly could you do it, and how fantastical could you do it? But again, it's all preset stuff. I want it to react randomly or very realistically.
Never fall down the same way twice.
Right. Yeah. And don't break apart the same manner. I want it to be realistic. And I know that, again, it takes a lot of resources. So one day we will get there.
One day you'll be able to say, just like what a PS Russian, that was a huge freaking explosion, and it was very realistic. And I'm sorry, guys, and those of you who don't know what polygrams they are, that's
polygons.
Polygrams. That's what I said. Polygons. That's science, folks.
But check it out. There's something you can see what I'm saying. Like, if you shoot a wall in Call of Duty, if you look at it straight on, you see a little mark on the wall, whatever. But then when you get up alongside the wall and you kind of turn sideways, there's no depth to it. There's no actual destruction of the surface. It's just a photograph basically on it, a hit marker.
Yeah.
I want destruction. So that's just my piece of the pie. Because literally, I could run around just shooting the buildings and the cars and stuff just to see what happened, and I think that would be fun. I wouldn't even have to go around shooting the other people.
If I'm not mistaken, based on what we saw on the trailer to the new not Siege, not that one. The other one.
I know what you're talking about. And it's eluding me the name for this, and it's been delayed. The outfit,
The one like in the
the
future,
outfit or something like that.
something like that.
It shows like a
I remember.
snowy scene with a cop car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that scene where the bullets were going through the vehicle and as it went through the glass, it was the most realistic bullet holes through glass that I've ever seen on a video game. And then the little chips were falling down. Everything about that was very realistic. So these physics chips, it blows me away. How realistic. I never heard that phrase before, ragdoll effect. I like that, and that makes a lot of sense. The because like you said, you can throw a a Raggedy Ann doll, throw it to the ground, it'll never fall down the same way twice. So so you want your destruction to be like a snowflake.
Yeah. I want like I said, I could just run around like, okay, check this out. Everybody likes to break stuff. I don't care who you are. When you're a kid, have you ever had like built something out of Legos and just smashed it just to see what happens, or watch slow-mo videos of stuff exploding or getting shot, whatever? It's interesting. I'm sorry. That's why that guy, the slow-mo guys, the YouTube show, that's why the channel's so popular. Everybody loves seeing destruction in slow motion.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. You're right. Yeah, that's right. You're right about that. And I know I do. But guys who don't look back at explosions.
Ooh, guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents, guys. Keep an eye out for the titles. And we're going to give you some updates soon. We're keeping an eye on this DirectX 12 stuff. We've had some new develops. One last thing before I go, actually, too. It's been stated by AMD and NVIDIA, who are the 2 major graphical card suppliers. And for those of you fact finders, both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are both AMD processors and video cards. NVIDIA has been in them before, but not in this generation. They have come out officially and said that no current flagship card or entry tier level card will fully support DirectX 12. So we're still just getting, and it's not supported yet. And even when it's probably going to take another generation or 2 of cards, maybe the next flagship cards, maybe at the beginning or the first or second quarter of next year, we might start to see full DirectX 12 support. And I know that game that we had talked about, and you guys are looking at it, Deus Ex Mankind Divided will be one of the first, if not the first game to fully support DirectX 12 at launch, which comes out in end of first quarter 2016. So keep an eye out. Keep watching the games. And we'll talk to you soon.
Hey guys, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think. Send a comment. Let Sean know that he's the greatest informer when it comes to all things DSX, Microsoft, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. I don't own a Nintendo Wii U, but I'm sure Sean does. He owns everything.
Yeah, I still have my Nintendo.
Let us know what you think, guys. Appreciate you. Share, like, subscribe. And as always, let's keep talking.